He is becoming a very, very big problem for the Zionist regime. Let's talk about this individual, Yahya Sinwar. He is now the probably last person that Israel wants to deal with, because he's giving them constant headache, and also at the same time he is the first person that Israel wants. In fact, there is one report that suggests if Yahya Sinwar is being captured, then Israel will call it a day and declare victory over Hamas in Gaza. Let's see what he has to say this time. So, Hamas chief Yahya Sinwar roars during a rare address to Muslim leaders. This is not new from Hamas, that they will be addressing the Muslim nation, the Muslim leaders. They have done it in the past. Ismail Haniyeh, he called the Muslim leaders to take action against Israel and the genocide in Gaza. And this is exactly what has been resonating from Yahya Sinwar as well, calling on the Muslim leaders. The new political chief of Hamas vows to wipe off, quote unquote, this is exactly what he said, wipe off Israelis and establish a sovereign independent state with Al-Quds as its capital. Recalling Ismail Haniyeh, Sinwar said that his martyrdom, means Ismail Haniyeh's martyrdom, will only increase our resilience, quote unquote, our resilience and strength in confronting the Nazi Zionist occupation until it is expelled. So he obviously used some very, very strong words, very, very harsh words against the Zionists itself. Now, I want to actually talk a few very, very important points for you to understand why he's becoming a very big headache, and he could actually, by his own action alone, bring down the entire Zionism. You are hearing it right, because right now Jerusalem Post, they have published a new video talking just about the significance of Yahya Sinwar. But I want to say a few things here, how difficult and what a headache he had become for the United States. So 2 weeks ago, Times of India, they released this article, quote, Hamas Yahya Sinwar outwits U.S. ground penetrating radar, quote unquote, escapes Israeli airstrike in Gaza. And then you have Jerusalem Post publishing on February 20th, 2024, basically said, escape to Egypt, did Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar flee Gaza? And then you have from February 20th, the same day, the media line reported, Israel said, Israel denies reports of Hamas leaders escape to Egypt. Then you have the Times of Israel reporting on February 20th, same day, officials deny Saudi Arabia report that Israel believes Hamas leader Sinwar fled to Egypt via Rafah tunnels. Then Israel Hayom reported on February 13th, earlier to all of these reports, first footage of Hamas leader Sinwar since the start of hostilities as he flees in a tunnel. Why this is so significant? Because the headache that they have, as I've just mentioned to you, regarding Sinwar is getting worse and worse. Another thing that you have to also understand, when Sinwar comes out roaring, quote unquote, it is a PR stunt. He is giving Israel reason to be ashamed and embarrassed for not being able to capture him. This is becoming a prize trophy for the Zionist regime. Think about this. They are boasting, or they boasted in the past, of assassinating top leaders, Iranian scientists, starting from him. Then we also have U.S. striking Qasem Soleimani. Then you also have recently Ismail Haniyeh getting assassinated. Israel wants to boast, at least on this front, claiming that nobody is safe from them. When Yahya Sinwar comes out and tells the Zionists that, hey, I'm here, catch me if you can, this is such an embarrassment for the Zionist regime, because that's not what they want to hear. Remember, the leadership in Israel under Netanyahu, they are all narcissists. Narcissists, they do not like to be put down, and they definitely do not want to be below their competitors or their enemies in this case. But by coming out and making this kind of a statement and getting across to the world, because we're talking about his statement, Yahya Sinwar, who is, we do not know even if he's in Gaza or in Egypt. I think he's in Gaza. It's just that they cannot catch him. Shows that he is playing the cat and mouse game and he's winning. And Israel, the Zionists, they're losing a big time. Now, Sinwar, his attempt to discredit Israeli efforts in Gaza coming at a time when Israel, the Zionist regime right now, the IDF chief of staff made a statement saying that we are not going to be fighting in Gaza anymore, means we're withdrawing a majority of the Israeli forces, and now we're focusing on Lebanon. Therefore, it is quite obvious that they are actually giving up on Sinwar to find him and to capture him and call it a day. This is becoming unlikely every single day that Sinwar will be anywhere close to the Israeli Zionist captivity. Now, when we talk about the Zionists, one thing that will always stand out, guys, is their hatred, their animosity. And so this lady is no different. She was actually cursing the people of Palestine. She said, quote unquote, "I wish they will rape you alive, kill you, and send the video to your mother to see how you burn. Can anyone identify this DC woman?" She is in the States. Well, when we talk about the Zionism, we also talk about not just their hatred, but also people who are actually supporting the state of Palestine. For example, take a look at this brother in Humanity. He has his entire truck dedicated to the support of the Palestinian people. I want to just play the video here a little bit. Look how he decorated the entire truck. He is in Texas. Looks like he's a Muslim, but not a born Muslim. I can tell you that. He's not a born Muslim. And of course, who can forget about this person, Aaron Bushnell, who gave up his life for the Palestinian cause. Therefore, every time we see the Zionists, they are spewing their hatred, their venom towards the people of Palestine. We also see that there are other groups of people who are standing up and standing out, actually, to support the cause of the Palestinian. And this is exactly what we do here. We are not in any way, shape, or form promoting any violence or supporting any group. What we are trying to accomplish here is to save life, is to call all people, all the leaders, to end this genocide. That's really all we want here. Thank you so much for joining. If you're not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. See you in the next